Namaste and welcome to Pramanic Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. Today we are going to discuss about the effects of Rahu into the sign of Virgo and Ketu into the sign of Pisces. We have already talked about, in yesterday's stream, we talked about Rahu into the sign of Leo and Ketu into the sign of Aquarius. Okay. When we talk about Rahu and Ketu through houses, through signs, it also have the impact of the planets which rule these signs. Okay, so in this combination, the important planets are Mercury and Jupiter. Why? Because Mercury is ruling the Virgo, which is the sign where we have Rahu placed in, and Jupiter because it has Ketu placed in its sign. Okay, so these two planets become important today. Then the difference between the houses, the difference between the Rahu and Ketu through houses, we have already discussed about what are the effects of Rahu into the 6th house and Ketu into the 12th house. So this placement also has the essence of the 6th and 12th house as well. Okay, and the houses of the Rahu and Ketus shows you the area where you have to strike that harmony between these two notes. And Rashi will tell you the reason for it. Okay, before we start, if you are watching this video and if you're getting value from this video, please hit the like button. It helps me to bring in the content which you guys like. So Rahu into the sign of Virgo and Ketu into the sign of Pisces. When Rahu is into the Virgo sign, it brings in, or it highlights all the Virgo and Mercurian areas to the forefront. So these people have to focus on the 6th house things and the Virgo things in this lifetime. Okay, you always have to look for the analytical skills, processing of information, about looking at the tiny things, tiny little things. That's what Virgo is all about. Okay, and when the Rahu comes in here, these people have a great sense of details. These people can go into the minute details of everything. Okay, we also have Ketu into the sign of Pisces. Now the Ketu is the planet which is all about the spirituality, is about moksha, enlightenment, and moreover, Ketu is a spiritual planet. And 12th house, or the Pisces sign, is also about the spirituality. 12th house is the house of losses, but these losses are the losses of the self. First house is the house of self. 12th to the first is the loss of self. First house is the house of energy. 12th house is the release of that energy or the loss of that energy, and it can be anything. It can be quarrels, it can be sex, it can be you're doing yoga, you're doing something in quietude or in an isolated place, right? And you can be doing yoga. That is also an exertion and the release of energy, and that is also a loss. So 12th house is more of a loss. Another consideration for the Pisces sign is the last sign in the zodiac. So it has the open heart and a universal approach towards everything. And that is the reason why Venus gets exalted into the sign of Pisces. Okay, So Venus loves to be into the sign of Pisces because it gets, that universal love. Venus is compassionate planet, and he loves to be connected with people. He always does. Another thing to look for is Pisces sign is also about looking at the things from a bigger perspective. Okay, so you will always see these people having a great vision. A person with the Ketu into the 12th house or the sign of Pisces have a great vision. Okay, these people, if you just have a conversation with these people, it is evident these people, you will observe that have that bigger picture. They have this perspective to know it all. But at the same time, in this lifetime, the challenge is not to get carried away with a bigger picture, but to focus on the minute details. That's what Virgo is. So you will see these people always working on a minute details. These people are the disciplined people. Virgo is an earth element sign. Okay, Virgo is an earth element sign ruled by Mercury. Okay, so the one of the key significator for Virgo is details, understanding the patterns. As it is ruled by Mercury, you will see the intelligence. And when before that, let's complete the Virgo Rashi. Virgo Rashi is ruled by Mercury, so it has all the significations of Mercury. It is intelligent, it is great with detailing, it is great with processing information, it is disciplined, it has great sense of finance as well. More than finance, all the material things. They have a great sense of material things as well. Next thing to look for in a Virgo sign is these people are great with processing, analyzing, and communicating that information with the world. Virgo sign is earth element sign. Earth element signs are Artha Trikona houses or Artha Trikona signs. One of the important key factor to look for this is house number 2, 6, and 10, and Rashi 2, 6, and 10. That is the sign of Taurus, the sign of Virgo, and the sign of Capricorn. These three are the earth element signs. So these are practical signs. These are materialistic signs. These are tangible signs, and these signs are looking for concrete things in life. They want something tangible in life. And when you have Rahu placed in here, it gives you a great sense of discipline. It gives you a great sense of focus with respect to money, with respect to the all the material things. These people are extremely disciplined because of the Virgo impact on Rahu. By the way, Rahu loves to be into the sign of Virgo because it works great with Mercury. Okay, so when you are looking for Rahu into the Virgo sign, you will experience all these qualities in that person. And next thing to look for in a Virgo sign is Virgo is one of the Artha element sign, Artha Trikona sign, and many more things you will look at that. We have received a super chat here. Chio Valencia. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I hope you're getting value from these videos. Stay tuned. So when you are when Rahu is into the sign of Virgo, you will experience all these things. You will have these qualities in those people. And when the Rahu is the planet of amplification, and Virgo is the sign of minute details. Now, these people have a great obsession about the minute detail. Now, these people have to focus on the minute details in this lifetime. Okay. Now, let's talk about Ketu in Pisces. Ketu in the sign of Pisces is one of the, I would say, because is one of the comfortable position for Ketu, because Ketu is a spiritual planet, and Ketu loves to be into the sign of Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, and it has the Jupiter is all about expansion, spirituality, virtues, values, morals, high ideals, and all those spiritual things can be seen with Rahu, can be seen with Pisces. Okay, and when you have Pisces Ketu, it shows that these people have a great sense of the bigger picture. These people, even if they are going through a rough phase in life, they know what's happening here. They know what exactly is happening with a bigger picture. Okay, before we proceed, if you're getting value from this video and if you're watching this video, please hit like button. It helps me to understand what kind of content you guys enjoy. So please hit the like button. Okay, and also share your comments into the live chat. I'll be going through all the live chat questions, and I'm going to cover all the questions in the live chat. Okay, so Pisces Ketu. When we have Ketu into the sign of Pisces, Ketu feels comfortable here. Ketu loves to be in the sign of Pisces. It's ruled by Jupiter, and it is one of the Moksha Trikon signs. The sign of Cancer, the sign of Scorpio, the sign of Pisces, or the 4th house, 8th house, 12th house, are the houses and the signs which are all about the Moksha Trikon, the Moksha Trine, as we say. And the most important thing about the Moksha Trine is these signs are, have the natural inclination towards achieving the enlightenment. They have the objective to have the enlightenment, and Ketu is seeking enlightenment. Ketu loves to have that kind of mindset, right? So Ketu in Pisces does great job here. Okay, but now what's going to happen when we have this placement? If you look at the sign of Virgo and the sign of Pisces, these are the house sign number 6 and 12. Okay, so these signs are going to make are going to bring in the effect of house number 6 and 12 as well. So these people will be harmonizing the house number 6 and the house number 12. Next, wherever we have Ketu placed in is the area which we are comfortable with, wherever we feel great about it. People adore us for that thing. But at the same time, this thing, you should not cling to that area. You should not cling to that area, and you should focus on the area of you should focus on the area where you have Rahu placed in, and that way you will be able to grow your grow towards the enlightenment, or grow towards grow ahead in this soul journey. Okay, so this is super important. Okay, now let's look at some of the questions. Life's pillar, namaste. Life center RJPM, namaste sir, namaste. Do you guys, if you have any question, please put them into the comment section. I'm going to read all the question and answer all the questions. Tamara Welch, namaste, namaste. Chio Valencia, hola. Yes, hello. Pawan Sud, namaskar. Jagat Pal, good morning, sir. Yes. Chio Valencia, thank you for the super chat. I am grateful and I totally appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Chio Valencia, thank you. Judith H, hi. Parveen Kangraj, hi. Ji. Yes. Okay. So we don't have any questions as of now. Next. So when we are talking about the Ketu, and I think we have our question. So if Rahu is in Virgo in the first house and Ketu in the seventh house in Pisces, how do we get the right direction in life for this placement? Let me just look at this. So if I have Rahu into the Virgo in first house, okay, you have Rahu into the first house in Virgo. So when you have Rahu into the first house into the sign of Virgo, it shows you have a great intelligence. But the important thing for you will be, see, the placement of Jupiter and Mercury will play an important role in your this placement of Rahu and Ketu. Okay, these are the planets which are going to control the effect of these planets. Okay, in your case you have Rahu into the first house. When you have Rahu into the first house is the house of yourself, your personality. And when you have Rahu into the Virgo into the first house, it makes you intelligent, and it also makes you give attention towards the detail with respect to your personality. It gives you that sense of detailing. You're obsessed about details. Okay, and it makes you disciplined. All the Virgo things are now amplified here in your personality. And when you have Ketu into the sign of Pisces in the seventh house, what it shows is it shows you, you might not be interested into the relationship, but you will end up getting into relationship quite early in your life. Okay, is what I can see from this placement. Okay, so always look for the placement of Jupiter and Mercury. Parveen Kangraj, I have four planets: Rahu, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury. Parveenji, where you have all these planets? Into the sign of Virgo? Michael T. Hello. Hello, Michael. Judith H. Ketu Pisces in 11th house. Rahu Virgo 5th house. Okay. Judith, when you have Rahu Virgo into the 5th house of your horoscope, what it shows is, see, 5th house is also one of the Dharma Trikona house. Dharma Trikona houses are 159. And what is the significance of these houses? Are these houses are the houses of the self. These houses are self-defining houses. In the 5th house, the self gets mature. First house is self, that gets mature, becomes intelligent into the 5th house. 5th house is also the Bhavat Bhavam for the 3rd house, which is all about your heart wishes, your hobbies, your passions. And when you have Rahu into the 5th house, you have to be very clear about your emotions. You have to be clear about what you want in this lifetime as a career, because 5th house is also 8th house from the 10th house. Okay, 5th house is 10 places, 8 places away from the 10th house. So it is the ups and downs of your career. So when you have this confusing chaotic energy of Rahu into the detailing and analytical sign of Virgo into the sign of into the house 5th house, which is 8th from the 10th, it shows ups and downs in your career because of inconsistency and due to the confusion of the Rahu. I hope this has made sense to you. Please comment if you have any further questions. Michael T. I have Rahu in the 6th house and Ketu in the 12th house. Is it similar to Rahu in Virgo and Ketu in Pisces? Michael T. Yes. When we have Rahu into the 6th house and Ketu into the 12th house, it is similar to it, but Rashi brings in the essence of the placement. Okay. The houses bring in the area which is required to be harmonized during this conjunction or this placement, and Rashis will give you the reason or how these things are going to manifest can be seen with uh, the Rashi. Okay, so if you have, suppose you have Rahu and Ketu into the 6th house, okay, but they are into the uh, sign of Cancer and Capricorn, will be different, altogether different, as against you have 6th and 12th 6th and 12th Rahu into the sign of Virgo and Pisces, as we are discussing today. It is altogether different. Judith H. I too have Rahu, Mars, Mercury, Sun, 5th house Virgo. Judith, I hope I have answered your question and you have got your answer. Okay. Kaushiki Chatterjee. Sir, namaste. Namaste, Kaushiki ji. If you have any question, please share. Lipika Amod Vig. Sir, if Venus is exalted in Pisces with Ketu and Saturn in the 7th house, if Venus is exalted in Pisces with Ketu and Saturn in the 7th house, will Venus be damaged between the two malefics even though it is exalted? Okay, this is when you have the planets conjunct with the nodes, you also have to look for the degrees of them. You also have to confirm their placement with the Bhavachalit as well. You also have to look for the ascendant degrees and see what's happening. And even then, if you find them conjunct, then most definitely it is going to impact the strength of that Venus. Venus exalted is one kind of strength, is one kind of dignity, which gives its strength. Okay, but more than that, what is happening with that planet, with conjunction, with aspects, with exchange, with that planet involved into that planet involved into uh, certain yogas. Okay, now this Venus is exalted into the 7th house, which is one of the Kendra house. So it is not only getting the strength as an exalted planet, it is also getting involved into one of the 5 most important yogas. One of them we known as Panchamahapurush Yoga, and when Venus is exalted and or in its own sign in Kendra house, it also creates a Malavya Yoga, which is one of the Panchamahapurush Yoga, which bestows all the great qualities of the Venus on that subject. But now it also has 2 malefics connected to it. Okay, so you have to look for the degrees and see exactly what's happening with that. You also have to look for the lordship of the Saturn as well. What you have to do is you have to look for Saturn is the lord of the 6th and the 5th house. So the 5th lord and the 6th lord is conjunct with the 9th lord, right, as well as the 2nd lord. So the 5th lord, 6th lord, 9th lord, and 7th 2nd lord is conjunct into the 7th house with the Ketu. Okay, and if you look at these planets, the 5th lord and 9th lord, when conjunct, it creates one of the great Kendra Trikon, one of the 2 trines conjunct with it. Okay, now you have to look for the lords of the Rahu and Ketu, Mercury and Jupiter, and see what's happening with this. Then you will come to conclusion what exactly is happening with this. Okay, Lipika ji, I hope this has helped you. Please put into the comment if you have any further questions regarding this. Judith H, thank you for your explanation. Thank you, Judith. Shantilata Reddy ji, if Ketu is in Virgo and Rahu in Pisces. Yes, we are going to discuss this in some other video. Guys, if you are getting value, please hit the like button. It helps me. Apotheca Baderi, cool, a live stream. My Rahu Ketu are reversed in these signs, but this will still be fun to watch. Thank you. And we are going to cover all those planets, all those combinations as well, the reverse combinations in the continuation. So we are going to cover all the patterns. Like right now we're talking about Virgo, Rahu and Pisces, Ketu. We are going to cover what happens when Ketu is into the sign of Virgo and Rahu is into the sign of Pisces in some other videos. So these will be in continuation. Don't worry about it. Why Yoni Theresia? Sir, what about this combination in Navamsha? Because in Lagna chart, it's in other way, Rahu in Pisces and Ketu in Virgo. Yes, whatever is happening in Navamsha, again, you have to look for what exactly is happening with those planets. With just standalone placement like this doesn't really mean anything. You have to look what exactly is happening. Let's assume you have Rahu and Ketu in Virgo and Pisces in D9 chart. Okay, in D1 chart it's a reverse, like it's Rahu is in Pisces and Ketu is in Virgo, but we are not discussing it right now. But let's assume we are talking about the D9 chart. What you have to look for is what are the planets conjunct with that Rahu and Ketu. Okay, what are the sign placements of Rahu and Ketu in D9 chart? What are the condition of those planets in the D1 chart? Okay, and then you will have clues about it. If you have Rahu and Ketu conjunct with one of the important planets, like your ascendant lord or your 10th lord or your moon rashi lord or moon into the D9. Suppose you have you have Capricorn moon sign in D1 chart. Okay, and in D9 chart, the lord of this moon, Saturn, is conjunct with Rahu. Okay, or Ketu. If it is conjunct with Rahu, it is altogether different. Let's assume this lord of the moon, which is Saturn in D1, is your Atmakaraka planet. Okay, so it is the planet with the highest degree and it is with the great dignity, and now it conjuncts with Rahu. Now it changes the interpretation. Now it's not just the Rashi, it's also about the Atmakaraka planet, which is your soul significator, and things will change from there on. That's how you look at Rahu and Ketu. That's how you think like an astrologer, not just looking at, okay, I have this and what would be an interpretation. No, you have to go in depth about that. Then only you will realize the true essence of those placements. Lipika Amod Vig, thank you for the lovely explanation. Thank you. I hope this has helped you. Judith H, in my D9, I have Rahu in the first and Ketu in the 7th. Judith, we just now discussed that. First of all, look into the D1 chart, see what's happening in with Rahu and Ketu. They are lords, and then come to the Rahu and Ketu into the 1st and 7th, and then think about it. D9 is nothing but nakshatra. Let me repeat, D9 is nothing but nakshatra. I'll explain you when we'll start the D9 series. Okay, Yavni Theresia, with regards to conjunction, my Mars in 10th degree, Rahu in 7th degree, our retro degrees calculated in minus, that is 27 degrees. Therefore, conjunction of Mars and Rahu is 30. Teresa, is this conjunction is into the sign of Virgo? Please let me know in comment. Judith is Rahu is my Atmakaraka. Okay. See, Atmakaraka also there is different schemes of Atmakaraka. One scheme which considers eight karakas, including Rahu and Ketu as Atmakaraka, and there are few systems which don't include Rahu as Atmakaraka. The point is you have to thoroughly analyze that placement before you can conclude about it. Okay, but that's a great point. You're looking at that from all the angles as well. Michael T, what does it signify when the lords of the signs of Rahu and Ketu are in square to the nodes? Yes, Michael T, this is a great question, because when it is um, square to those nodes, square is a difficult mm, square is a difficult aspect in Western astrology, but when it comes to the Vedic astrology, it is considered as one of the positive signs, because it is considered as a Kendra Sambandha. Okay, so these things, the conjunction and the Kendra Sambandha of these planets with the nodes, really creates a potential to give those things during its time periods. It pass on that energy to those planets as well. Okay, it's a great question, and this is very significant. You also have to look for the lords of Rahu and Ketu. If you have Rahu into the Virgo and Ketu into the Pisces, and if you have Jupiter and Rahu, or Jupiter and Mercury into the sign of Virgo, and Jupiter and Ketu conjunct into the 12th sign, and then it is into any axis of houses, it would be altogether different, because the Lord of the Rahu is conjunct the Lord of the Rahu is with Rahu, right? This is a one scenario. It is possible that Jupiter is into the sign of Virgo and Mercury is into the sign of Pisces, where it is getting debilitated. The Lord of the Rahu is getting debilitated and conjunct Ketu. It's a different scenario altogether. But these are aspecting each other. Now, what are the lordship of these houses in your chart? That will now see, you have to go to the depth of it to truly understand what's happening in there. Okay. So yes, that square position is a Kendra Sambandha for the lords as well. Lipika Amodvik, sir, does Rahu conjunct very close to ascendant degree indicates fated destiny? I have Rahu at 24 degrees and my ascendant degree is Lipika ji. When you have Rahu close to your ascendant degree, it shows that Rahu is going to play an important role in your life. You have to scrutinize this Rahu in detail. Why? Ascendant degree is crucial reference point in one's life. You have second, and you have Rahu, close conjunction of Rahu with ascendant degree. It shows certain kind of unusualness in your personality, your thought process, the way you look at life. It's altogether different. It's like a Rahu, which is futuristic, which is forward looking, which is about the foreign things, which is ahead of time, right? And when it comes to physical appearance, it can also show some profound features with your face, right? You may be having some features which are visible, which are amplified, like you have a great forehead, which is, visible. Whenever someone is looking at you, is looking at your forehead. Something which is unusual and which can be vividly seen, can be seen with Rahu when in close conjunction with your ascendant degrees. It's a great question. Judith H, thank you, sir. Okay, what else? Do we have any questions? Teresia, yes, in Virgo, but sorry, please replace Ketu with Rahu. I was confused with retrograde and minus it with 30-degree in general. Oh, no, I didn't get your question. Do you have Rahu and Ketu in Virgo and Pisces, or they are reversed? Teresia, I'm not able to understand it. Now I'm confused. Please clarify it. Okay, and those who are watching, please share your questions into the comment section. I'm going to read all the questions, and those who are watching it replay, you can comment on my live stream. After this live stream is over, I will most definitely try to get back to you as much as possible. Okay, please share your questions, and if you're getting value, please hit like button. Okay. Meanwhile, when Ketu is into the sign of Pisces, it also kind of shows life which is full of extremes. Okay, Ketu is a planet, though it is a moksha seeking planet and a spiritual planet. The 12th house and 12th sign Pisces, it shows all kinds of extreme of the extreme of all the significations of Ketu into the sign of Pisces can be seen with this placement. The challenge with this placement is uh, the sign of Virgo and the 6th house and Pisces and 12th house are the Dushtana houses. Okay, so in a usual sense, these are the bad houses, but this is not the case. 6th house is the house of money. 6th house is the house of your continuous growth, is your disciplined work, is all about how you can achieve things with your repetitive work, can be seen with the 6th house. Lipika Amogvik, thank you, appreciate your knowledge on this subject. Thank you, Lipika ji. Girish Krishna, sir, I have a doubt regarding Rahu in the 12th house in Leo and Ketu in the 5th house in Aquarius. What doubt do you have, Krishna ji? Please explain. We were talking about the extremes of Ketu into the sign of Pisces. These people have to now harmonize. Now the challenge with this is the extremes. Now they have to balance this with looking into the minute details which might get amplified otherwise and might result in extreme decisions or uh, extreme significations. Shah Shah Aslam. Hello, sir. Rahu in the 1st house in Pisces, 19-degree ascendant. Rahu at 23 degrees with Jupiter at 6 degrees. I'm extremely lazy. By suddenly, what happened? Don't know. I'm extremely active. Okay. Rahu in the 1st house in Pisces. Okay. Aslamji, right now we are not talking about Rahu into the sign of Pisces. We are talking about Rahu into the sign of Virgo. We are going to make a separate live stream about all these reverse placements as well. Girish Krishna, I have this placement. I missed out on last video. So please tell me about this condition, how it would work. The principle would be same. When you are, Leo is a sign ruled by Sun, and Ketu is the sign ruled by Saturn. So you have to look for these two planets and the conditions. Okay. And when you have that into the 11th house, it is one of the Upachaya house, which shows the great gains, right? And it also shows the capacity of a person to have massive financial gains as well, connecting with the society as well. I hope this has helped you. Lipika Amon, sir, if Ketu is in Pisces in 7th house, does it indicate two marriages or separation from spouse or foreign spouse if Jupiter is in the sign of Sagittarius? Lipika ji, where is Mercury? Girish Krishna, thank you, sir. I have some breaks in my education. It is due to the Ketu in the, is it due to the Ketu in the 5th? Yes, 5th house is the house of education, and Ketu is the planet of, unusual things. So you may not have a formal education, but you will have some unusual kind of education, and which will help you to have those gains. Like you may be having some, unusual certifications or unusual things you're doing, and which is helping you to gain. Lipika ji, Mercury is into the sign of Capricorn. Okay, so now you have Jupiter into the sign of Sagittarius. Let's assume you have Virgo ascendant. Virgo is into the 1st house. You have Rahu there. You have 7th house Ketu, and Jupiter is into the 4th house, and Mercury is into the 5th house. Right, Lipika ji? Yes. Okay. So see, the Lord of the 7th house is going into the 4th house. Okay. And if you look at the degrees of these planets, Jupiter and Mercury, please confirm if they are not getting conjunct into the Chalit chart or otherwise. Because when it is going into the 4th house is the house of happiness. So the Lord where Ketu is placed in is getting into the house of happiness. Okay, so it is connected with that planet. He is getting connected with the house of happiness. Okay. Yes, Rathod, sir, I missed last video it for Aquarius ascendant. Aquarius ascendant, Ketu in the 1st house and Saturn into the 2nd house, Sun in the 11th house. It is not possible to cover this here. If you have any question around that, Rahu and Ketu in Virgo and Pisces, please share. Otherwise, you can go and watch the live stream yesterday. We have discussed this at length about Rahu and Ketu in 1st and 7th house. Manju Rawat, hello sir, I have this sign placement, Ketu being in 1st house, Pisces, and Rahu Virgo 7th house, Jupiter in the 10th house, Sagittarius 7th Lord, Mercury in the 10th house. Okay, what's happening here? Ketu in the first house, Pisces. Rahu in the seventh house. Okay, Jupiter, the lord of the seventh in 10th, and Sagittarius, where the seventh lord Mercury is into the 12th house. Okay, so yes, wherever these houses are placed in, look for the, now try to analyze them for their strength, their placement, and their lordship, and you will come to the conclusion, and that will help you. Chio Valencia, I ask the weirdest questions ever, so that is why I try not to ask questions much. So after one reaches enlightenment, then what? I don't mean to offend or disrespect anyone. I'm just curious. Chio, we all are curious about the enlightenment, and very few people know what it what it takes to get enlightenment and what after the enlightenment. Only yogi can. I'm not a yogi. I won't be able to tell you. What I can tell you is, and this is, by the way, this is not a weird question. We should ask questions, no matter how weird they sound. If I don't know the answer, I will tell you I don't know the answer. As simple as that. But ask questions, get it clarified. If you ask question, you will get the knowledge, and we'll share it. Okay, and if I don't know it, and if anybody else on this live stream knows it, they will share it with you. Okay, the question was, what happens after the enlightenment? Answer is, I don't know. I'm not a yogi. Okay, but I don't mean to offend or no, it is not offensive to ask these questions. See, if you ask what happens after the death, we don't know what happens after the death, but every single moment we are dying. The moment we are born is the day we started moving towards the death. Through every breath, we are moving towards, we are inching towards the death. Yet nobody in the life would be able to tell you what it means to experience death. What is life after death? We don't know that. We are so helpless. We are so tiny little creatures in this universe that we don't know that. But those are yogi who have out of body experience, those who have guru, those who have that spiritual practices will be able to know this. Those are the people who will be able to help us with this. We have to seek guidance from these people. That's why we have to surrender ourselves to God. Okay, that's what we have to do. Okay, Chio, I hope you have got the answer, and don't hesitate to ask weirdest of the questions. Okay, it doesn't it is not offensive until and unless you have a good intentions. Okay, any question with a good intention is welcome, and we can always talk about it. And if I don't know it, I will tell you frankly that I don't know about it. It is as simple. Girish Krishna, sir, I have Mercury and Moon in 10th. Which career would suit me? I am pursuing engineering but having trouble completing it. Should I switch over to any other field in which I can yield success? Girish Krishnaji, it is not possible for me to really guide you in the comment section with this. Okay. Next, Chio Valencia. I just like to ask these type of questions because I want to understand everyone's point of view and how one thinks. I can't help it. Chio, I told you it's not offensive. You can share your thoughts as well, which will enrich all of us. CS Lakshmi, Virgo Rahu in 0 degrees and place Pisces Ketu in 5 degrees. Okay. Manju Rawat, thank you, sir. Saili Mahartha, namaskar, sir. Lipika Amodvik, I'm sorry, sir, but I didn't understand what you are What do you mean regarding the spouse? Because I have Ketu in the seventh house. Some astrologers said to marry a banana tree before marrying an actual human. Lipika ji, I have, I don't have any knowledge on remedies. Okay, so I cannot really uh, advise you and cannot really tell you whether it's right or wrong. You should do it or you should not do it. You should marry this tree or that. I don't know about those remedies. I don't. I apologize you. Yvonne Teresia, what is a conjunction degree if Ketu is 7 degree and Mars retro in 10 degrees combination in Virgo? Do we directly minus retrograde planets to calculate it as 3 degrees? No, you just look at Rahu Ketu in a different degrees. They are always retrograding, so don't consider it as a 3 degree. Let them consider as where they are. The explanation you provide are very clear. Thanks for sharing your knowledge, sir. Sorry if I was uh, pestering you. No, it's nothing like that. You should ask questions. You should get the guidance. That's why this stream is all about. We are talking on this topic, and we can take all the questions regarding this topic. Okay. Manju Rawatji, have you got your answer? I don't remember if I have answered your question thoroughly, or I don't remember whether I answered your question. Yash Rathod, have you got your answer? I see these two queries unanswered, I suppose. Lipika Amoglu, thank you, sir. I respect you for not prescribing any such vague remedies like other astrologers. Thank you. Pawan Sud, can we ask question out of topic also? Pawanji, you can ask if I can, accommodate that. I will most definitely try to cover that. Like just like Yash Rathod asked about Leo and Aquarius. I think I did answer that as well. So anything regarding these, we can always discuss. You can put your question as well. Daniel Tangua. Besides Ketu, I have Sun, Mercury, Saturn, and Mars in the 12th house. Is there anything interesting to know about it? Daniel, is it in the 12th house conjunct the Ketu? Please share that. Chio Valencia, thank you. I do have a lot of out of body experiences and I do get visions and precognition dreams. I have no control over this. I just randomly happens. I do enjoy to meditate. Helps me a lot. Chio, great. Thanks for sharing your personal life experience. And I'm happy that meditation is helping you. Apotia Beatri, Ketu in the seventh house. I understand your pain. I got the same. Bananas are nice. Okay. CS Lakshmi, is this combination in return of soul before reaching moksha? Is this combination is a return of the soul before last reaching moksha? No, in fact, when you have this placement, Ketu into the sign of Pisces and Rahu into the sign of Virgo, it shows that you have lived the life of spirituality in your previous life. Okay, and that's why you have got this base of broader vision of the planning of 12 things of spirituality in this lifetime to start your life. And in this lifetime, you don't have to work on Ketu. Forget about Ketu. You have already worked on it, mastered it, and you have uh, got that insights. Now you have to work on the detailing part of it. Now you have to work on the Rahu into the Virgo. That's where things are going to take you to the next level. rather than just clinging to the spirituality. Daniel, did you have that Ketu in the sign of Pisces conjunct all these signs in the 12th house, or what exactly is your placements? Suji, you can ask your question. We can definitely take if it is somewhat relevant to it. I'm trying to look for it. Okay, okay, I'm waiting for you. Just once you confirm, just put it in here. We can always talk about that. Okay. Those who are watching, if you're getting the value from this video, please hit the like button. And if you have any questions to share, please share them sign of Virgo and Ketu into the sign of Pisces. Daniel, thank you. I'm rushing to find it again. Yes, yes, please do. I'm waiting for you. Lipika Amodvik. Sir, who is the Lord of the Ketu, Mars or Jupiter? The Lord of the Ketu depends upon the placement of Ketu. In this placement, Virgo and Rahu in Virgo and Ketu in Pisces, of course, Jupiter is going to be the ruler of the Jupiter is going to be the ruler of the Ketu. I did not get where did this Mars thing came. I mean, Taltia Ribeiro, are you going to do a video on the opposite positions? I have, yes, most definitely we are going to stream for opposite um, positions as well for all the 12 signs. Okay, so this is not about Ketu in the Virgo and Rahu in the sign of this is not about Ketu in the Virgo and Rahu in the Pisces. No, we are going to have a separate video for that. We'll be discussing that that placement just like this placement in depth, and we'll cover all your questions. Apo Apokia Frederick, he said he will get to it. I got the same position. Yes, yes, most definitely we are going to cover it. Sir, in Ketu, sir, Ketu in Aquarius, Saturn in Aries, will Ketu perform badly? Ketu into the side. Yes, when you have Ketu, see, now you have to look for the placement of Ketu. Now the Lord of the Ketu is debilitated. It's just like the Lord of Ascendant is debilitated. What we do is we look for the Nichabanga for that Saturn. Okay, just like we look for the ascendant lord, look for this, then you will understand whether this Ketu is going to perform well or this Ketu is going to perform poor, and in what areas that also can be seen. And in this lifetime, most important thing is Rahu is where your future lies in this lifetime. Okay, we are waiting for Daniel to share his details. Lipika Amodvik, sir, can you talk a bit more about Virgo qualities and how we can enhance that in a daily life if Rahu is in Virgo? Okay, Daniel, I have Sun, Mercury, Ketu. Okay, but all Daniel, all these planets are in the sign of Pisces. Is it so? Okay, Lipikachi, when you have Rahu into the sign of Virgo, now the practical discipline and all the earthy signs, earthy qualities of Virgo are now getting amplified, and in day-to-day life, it will help you to be more disciplined. It will help you to bring in that element of detailing in everything you do. Sixth house is the house of your routine. Sixth sign Virgo is the sign of your routine and detailing. So this Rahu will make you a disciplined person, will make you giving attention to all the details as well. So this way you can bring in change in your day-to-day life. Okay, Daniel. So what I have understood from this is you have all of these planets into the 12th house, into the sign of Pisces, right? Give me thumbs up. Shah Aslam, what happens if Lord of Ketu in the 12th house? It just the Lord of the Ketu being in 12th house means nothing. You have to look for the dignity and analyze it for the total strength of it. Okay, so when you have Ketu conjunct with Mercury into the 12th sign, see now the Lord of the Rahu is conjunct with the Ketu and is into the 12th house. Okay, so now you have Rahu into the 6th house and you have Ketu into the 12th house into the sign of Pisces and conjunct with the Lord of the Rahu. Now look at this. The Lord of the Rahu conjunct the Lord of the Ketu, but at the same time, it is creating a Viprit Raj Yoga. It is creating a Raj Yoga of the Lord of the 6th house into the 12th house. Okay, so this will make you focus more on the spirituality. It will make you focus more on the 12th house things. We always talk about that we have to go towards the Rahu house, but the Lord of the Rahu house, the focus of the Rahu is into the 12th house, is into the 12th sign, is with the Ketu. So Rahu is guiding you to go back to Ketu again for your highest good and greatest growth, is what I can see from this. And it also has the sun, which is the soul significator, which is the this which is all about the soul. When it gets conjunct here with Mercury and all those planets, it makes it even more, obvious for your path. I hope this has helped you, Daniel. Girish Krishna, Rahu Leo in 11, Sun in Gemini, ninth, and Rahu in Leo 11 benefic. Girish Krishna ji, you can go and watch yesterday's stream. We have discussed this at length yesterday. Brother, if your Rahu Ketu doesn't fall in 6th and 12th house, will those houses still be affected by Rahu falling in these? Yes, it's a great question. See, now you have to bring in, first thing you have to look for is the house of the Rahu and Ketu. Okay, Rahu and Ketu can be in any house. Let's say you have Rahu and Ketu into 4th and 10th house and into the sign of Virgo and Pisces, right? And your question is, will this still activate the 6th and 12th house? I would say yes. To some extent, it will also bring in that element of the 6th and 12th with respect to these houses. The area in question will be 4 and 10, the placement of Rahu and Ketu. But the reason for it will be the sign and the houses indicated by signs as a next fine-tuned interpretation of it, is what I believe in. Yes, that changes things. That really changes things. That's why it's difficult to answer the question. I have Rahu in the 1st house, Ketu in the 7th. Okay, which sign? whether it's 6th house Ketu and 12th house Ketu, and so on. So it's not possible, you have to go deep into that before we can even talk a single sentence about it. It's not that obvious. Yes, I appreciate that. Daniel, yes, I'm actually thinking about going to India to study. Wow, amazing. You were very helpful. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Abhishek, Rahu is in Sagittarius in 6th house. I used to seek on a daily basis what should be seen, moon sign, ascendant, while judging. What should be seen, moon sign or ascendant, while judging Mahadasha of Rahu? Okay. I would say Mahadasha of Rahu, what you have to see is you have to look at both of the things. Okay. But the Lagna is more important for dashas and moon is more important for transit. Okay. Because now all the yogas, all the lordships can be seen with the Lagna. But you also have to confirm things with the moon chart. What do I mean by that? Suppose you have Rahu into the 1st house of your horoscope in Lagna, but you have moon into the okay, but if you have moon into the 4th house of your horoscope, so now you have Rahu into the 1st house of your horoscope, but when we look at from the Taurus, when we look at from the moon, it is 10th to it. So then you have to look for the patterns both from the Lagna and the moon to analyze the dasha and see what are the involvements of these lords. Again, the lords of the Rahu and Ketu are the key to understand Rahu and Ketu even more. And then look for what are the yoga's involvement. Then only you can think about interpreting Rahu and Ketu. Abhishek Ambasta, moon in Taurus. Okay. So yes, this was Rahu into the sign of Virgo and Ketu into the sign of Pisces. If you have watched this and you have got value, please hit like button. It will help me to understand what you guys like more and bring in those kind of content in front of you. Yes, thank you. I'm grateful for all of your love and support. Stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow.